Gary. 3, 2, start.
Thank you for joining us tonight for the championship pitch of the year. I have to start by thanking our host location, City of Hampton. We'd also like to thank the cities of Newport News, Williamsburg, and Poquoson, as well as James City County and York County.
We have a great event lined up for tonight in less than 2 hours. We will crown the top three winners for 2025. For tonight's championship pitch, we will feature the 12 founders. These founders represent the top three winners of each of our previous micro pitch events. So what you're watching tonight are the region's top early stage founders and startups of the year. Gary, before we get started, please explain the rules.
Thanks. Folks, please refrain from using the group chat feature because it'll disturb other people. We don't want to distract the pitcher while they're pitching. And if you do want to use the chat feature, just go individually with those people or maybe do it after they've given their pitch. And thanks in advance for honoring those. And so we're eager to get started. We have 12 pitchers, as Tim said, and each pitcher will have 3 minutes to pitch their business, and that'll be followed by 2 minutes of Q&A with three of the five judges. And the way that works is that we'll call on three judges to ask a single question, one after another, and then the pitcher will have 2 minutes to answer the questions that were asked. So those of you who are pitching, be sure you have a way to take some notes as the judges ask their questions. And then please don't start to answer any questions until all the judges have provided their questions for you. And Tim is the timer, so he's going to put he'll be the one that's telling you that your 3 minutes is up and then that your 2 minutes is up. And Tim, speaking of the judges, who were the judges tonight?
Yes, as I mentioned before, we have 5 judges tonight, and I will give them each 15, 20 seconds to introduce themselves. We'll start off with Carlton Campbell.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Carlton. As Tim just mentioned, I'm excited to be here. This is probably, I think, my third championship pitch judging opportunity. I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm excited about entrepreneurs. I'm a serial entrepreneur myself, been in IT for over 35 years now. And I'm just excited. Congratulations to you all for making it this far. I've seen every one of your presentations already, and it is a tough group tonight. So relax, enjoy yourself. It's going to be fun. We look forward to hearing from you all.
Thank you, Carlton. You are the judge of judges, knowing that you do a pretty thorough due diligence before this event. So you did not disappoint. Thank you for your time and joining us tonight. Next up, we have Chris Davidson. Chris.
Good evening, everybody. Chris Davidson, president of Orca Strategies, LLC, also head of government relations for the Peninsula Chamber of Commerce, and co-founder and senior advisor with Logentic, along with my esteemed colleague here on the judges panel, Charlie O'Brien. And by the way, former MC of Start Peninsula for 5 years, and great to be back as a judge tonight. Good luck to all the participants.
Like to keep it in the family. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate your time and volunteering. Next, we'll kick it over to Michelle King. Michelle, please introduce yourself.
Yes, everybody has a story to tell, and we cannot wait to hear yours. My name is Michelle King, and I am the director of the Fleming Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Hampden-Sydney College near Farmville, Virginia. But before that, I was a professor at William & Mary for 25 years, where I also founded the esports competitive video gaming program. Can't wait to hear what you have to share with us tonight. Good luck.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Next up, we have Charlie O'Brien. Charlie.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Charlie O'Brien, Senior Product and Operations Manager at 757 Collab. So no matter what happens tonight, come talk to me after it. And the CEO of Logentic. So it's great to see you all.
Thank you, Charlie. And rounding out the judges, I will kick it over to Rachel Willinger. She will introduce herself. Rachel, welcome.
Hi, it's really great to be here. I'm Rachel Willinger, like Tim said. This is my first Start Peninsula, so I'm really excited. I've heard really amazing things. So my background, I worked at an environmental tech startup, Pancopia, for about 8 years. I was chief operating officer there and have since kind of gone out on my own. And now I help companies ranging from, one idea startups, very early stage, all the way to multi-billion dollar international companies turn new technologies into products, or at least get to know fastest. So, really, really excited to see what you guys are bringing to the table here, and yeah, just pumped to be here. Thanks for including me, Tim, and getting me out.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for joining us, Rachel. Appreciate it. And how the program will work in terms of pitching tonight, we will have the first six pitchers go, then we'll take a short break. Once we return, the final six pitchers will then pitch. Once that is done, the judges, they will be whisked off into their deliberation room so that they can determine the winners. And we will open the floor up for some questions. We'll make some announcements during that time frame. As a reminder, the pitchers, we know that you're nervous. Have fun with this. Just remember, unmute yourself, share your screen. Once your pitch is done, please stop sharing. The judges will ask their questions. Don't start to answer the questions until the last judge has asked that question. Once that is complete, mute your mic and sit back, relax, and watch the rest of the show. Gary, let's get started.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. So we're just going to start right off at the beginning, obviously. So our first pitcher tonight is Aaron. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, please go ahead and share your screen, and then I'll give you the big announcement. Okay, everybody, please welcome our first pitcher for tonight, Aaron Moore from Honey.
Dicen que aprender un idioma abre el corazón y la mente. But for 1.5 billion people, trying to learn another language, that door never fully opens. Linguist Victoria Verde found that most quit within their first 100 hours. They stop because the market has mastered memorization, but not motivation. The real opportunity is to make language learning feel like a connection. Je m'appelle Aaron et voici Honey, an adaptive edtech platform that helps learners speak sweetly, combining AI-powered speaking practice, guided journaling, and community cafes so early learners don't just study a language, they live it. Revenue begins with a ticketed ambassador cafe, customized printed journals with 4 learning styles. Our AI web app is being developed through the Spartan Innovation Center and a Google Startup program. This will expand into premium coaching, workshops, and subscriptions. I hosted hundreds of events as a Duolingo ambassador. Today, Honey's Discord of 200 and mailing list of 50 are waiting for launch. The $5,000 award will fund printed journals and hire VTOP summer interns and for AI development and marketing. In spring 2026, we'll host our first ambassador cafe and refine the MVP for launch. Shou Hua Yao Qian, speak sweetly. Oops.
Okay, thanks. And we'll start off with our judges. You ready to take some notes? We'll start off with Carlton.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation, Aaron. I like the mix of other languages in your presentation today, so it kind of hits home to what it is you're pitching. What I'm curious about is more of the your revenue model for how you plan to monetize the business. I'd like to know a little bit more about that.
And next, Chris.
Hey, Aaron, nice to see you again. So I feel like in your micro pitch, you talked a little bit more about the competitive landscape. So I'd like to hear a little bit more about how you compete with some of the other ones that are out there, like Duolingo or Rosetta Stone.
And Michelle.
Thank you so much for your pitch. I'm curious to know a little bit more about your customer base. Have you done any customer discovery interviews to find out what they would be willing to experiment with?
And you can, when you start answering, then Tim will let you know when your time is up.
Sure. Okay, well, Carlton, to answer your question, first I wanted to start by selling journals. I've created 4 customized journals for different learning styles. And that kind of goes into Michelle's question. I'm so sorry, Michelle's question. Yes, I have done interviews for my customer base and tried to figure out what their different learning styles are. As an ambassador, that was kind of one of the things that I had to do. So I'm kind of using the information that I got from there to kind of tie into my own app. I think one of the biggest fails that Duolingo did was get rid of their ambassador program. So I decided to add it to mine, which, Chris, I think answers your competition question. The main thing that I want to do and that I've learned that people really need is a community when it comes to learning a language. So imagine, going to Italy and finding a Italian English a group of people and you're here and you learn from English to Italian. And that's kind of what I think sets us apart from the other apps. Also, customized coaching, which I do plan to implement in the future, is another thing that kind of sets us apart from Duolingo and Rosetta Stone.
Okay, thanks. I'll wait up from the judges. Just be prepared. Michelle's good. Carlton's good. Chris is good. Okay, you can go ahead and share your screen, Lori. Okay, everybody, please welcome our next pitcher, Lori Marlowe from Marlowe Royale.
Hello, good evening. We are Marla Royale presenting Royale Lashes, not just for looks, but for purpose. We believe every woman, from those serving in uniform to those rebuilding confidence after hair loss, deserves to look and feel their best, whether you're on the runway, in recovery, or in daily life. My name is Lori Marlowe, founder of Marlowe Royale, the elements of fashion, beauty, and wellness. Royale Lashes is where beauty meets function. Most lashes are cosmetic. They're not designed for women in uniform that have to be in regulations with everything they do, or for people that have lost their lashes for medical treatment or autoimmune conditions. They're also not made in mind for sensitive skin, so we're trying to change that. People already love what we're doing. In 2024, I won the startup 5K. The community has also voted me as best lashes in Portsmouth, Virginia. We've been featured at parties, weddings, military events, and we support strong women in what they do and be professional. And these are some clients that are wearing and have learned how to put on my lashes. The feedback is simple. These lashes make me feel confident and like myself again. We have a big mission and we know it. Our goal is to offer lashes and adhesives that meet medical grade standards while staying stylish and wearable. Our other big goal is to be the extension brand for the military. This idea sits at the intersection of fashion, innovation, and wellness, and we believe Hampton Roads is the perfect place to build it. This is how we're staying busy and doing what we're doing right now to support the Royale Lashes, partnering with San Diego Fashion Week right here, where we were featured in Slow Fashion Day for the very first time. They will be having that every single year after this year. We're very proud for launching Royale Lashes Fashion Scholarship, which will be using the elements of fashion in my business to support Royale Lashes for selling and using the money for the scholarship for our name and then for the Royale Lashes. We're also continuing local collaborations with wig makers and recovery specialists. Our 2026 goals is to raise $60,000 to keep our progress moving. And the funds will go towards research and testing, collaboration, small batch production, and marketing and design. We're more than lashes, and we would love your support combining innovation, confidence, and care into one product. And I thank you for your time.
And that's time.
Okay, thanks. And we'll start this time for judges. We're going to start with Charlie.
Hey, how's it going? I gotta say, I'm not deeply familiar with this industry in particular, but I would definitely be interested to know how you're thinking about your competitive differentiation in an industry that I would guess would be very competitive.
And next, Rachel.
I had a kind of similar question, but I guess tell me about your MVP. Do you already have it, or are you still kind of working out some of the kinks with getting in regulation? How much does that impact your MVP?
And Carlton.
Yeah, great presentation. I know, Lori, you're a military veteran. Again, thank you for your service. And that was kind of a catalyst for you launching the business to the military community. I noticed that you had some partnerships with them. Is that partnership expanding to all of the military locations? I'm just interested in how you're getting the word out beyond the local community for the military.
And you'll have 2 minutes to answer those. And Tim will tell you when your time's up.
So the competitive difference and unique is supporting women in uniform and medical grade lashes that have lost hair. We already actually are in regulation, and that was the point. So I have 12, 14, and 16, 12s and 14s, other sizes, and they are in regulation. You can only wear up to a 14. 16s is just glam. So whenever you want to switch them up on the weekend, you can do that. And beyond community, so I have sent the information with military, college, and networking events, lash parties. I don't know if I understand your last question too much, but definitely beyond the uniform community. And we're working with the partnerships. We know salon specialists that work with wigs and special needs clients as well.
Okay, thank you. I'll wait for the judges. Give me a thumbs up. And next is going to be Jim. So don't share your screen yet. Oh, it'll go back. Yeah, let me just make sure the judges are good. Chris, good. Michelle's good. Charlie's good. Okay. Carlton's good. And Rachel is good. Yep. Okay. You can go ahead and share, Jim.
All righty. Did it come up? Hello?
Yes, we see it.
Yep,
Okay,
you're good.
okay. All right. Okay. So I'm here to talk about the $35 billion problem in America known as cargo theft. Cargo theft affects everything from electronics, pharmaceuticals, food and beverage, even apparel is some of the top commodities stolen from logistics companies. Our mission is to deliver industrial strength locks or hasps to help prevent a would-be thief from opening up the shipping container or railroad boxcar. Cargo theft happens in a lot of different places, from truck stops, ports, warehouses, to lay-down yards and consolidation yards. There's a lot of technology out there right now that deals with fraudulent pickups, cyber-enabled theft, and hijacking, but ultimately they haven't done anything to take away the number one tool of a thief, and that's a set of bolt cutters. So all the electronics in it is great, but it doesn't prevent them from taking the cargo. So this is our cargo rail. This secures railroad boxcars, and it uses a 3-inch puck lock to secure it to the railroad boxcar. Super rugged, super durable. It can take any abuse you can throw at it. Here is our flagship. This is the Cargo Oil Intermodal, and it secures shipping containers across several different modalities, whether it be over the rail, over the water, or over the road. It has a universal fit that fits on the left and right-hand side of the hinges. Prevents a thief from breaking in. And here we added this IoT Bluetooth puck lock, and it allows the user or users, it provides them with an enterprise suite to digitally monitor access to who goes in, who goes out. You're able to, in real time, send a text message with the key to a lock if they're not currently authorized to use that lock. So we got patent fully issued on the cargo oil modal, and we have a provisional patent on the cargo oil rail, and the Bluetooth puck lock is fully patented out. And again, it's just that everything was built for the harsh logistics environment. What I am looking for strategic partnerships and pilot opportunities to help us scale for growth. Who we are a group of 3 friends, neighbors, and they have all the experience as biomedical engineers. And I recently retired from Navy Special Operations as a Navy EOD tech. Let's see. Very robust, capable, small footprint shop. But that's what I got. You feel free to contact me, either scanning that QR code for LinkedIn, YouTube channel, and my website. Thank you all very much for listening.
That's time.
Okay, thanks. Grab something to take some notes, and we're going to start off this time with Chris.
All right. Thank you so much, Jim. So I'm kind of curious, what are your goals? And you can answer that. I leave it kind of broad, I guess. What are your goals for the company in terms of revenue, reach? Do you want this on every single cargo container in the world? I'd like to just hear you speak a little bit more about how you plan to scale up and what your goals are.
Next, Michelle.
Thank you for your pitch. Very interesting. So, what does it cost to make it, and then what do you plan to sell it for?
And Charlie.
Kind of in the same vein as both of these questions. So, but what is your specific go-to-market channel strategy?
And you can go ahead and start answering, and Tim will let you know when your 2 minutes are up.
All right, goals for the business is to break into the shipping and logistics world. Right now, we're only in the portable storage arena, and we haven't ventured out into those shipping and logistics trucking companies. We haven't founded in for the shipping and logistics world. So ultimately, our goal would be to break into the shipping and logistics world and have it hopefully spread like wildfire. $35 billion a year is a lot of money. So the cargo, to answer your question, Michelle, our cargo oil rail, we make for about $75. We sell it for $147. The cargo oil intermodal, we make it for about $180 to $250. It really depends with our vendor and the price of materials. But usually get it made for under $200, and we sell it for $488. The Bluetooth puck locks, we pay $352, and MSRP is at $847. And Charlie, I'm forgetting what your question was. I'm really sorry. I even wrote down scribble scratch, but I can't read it.
Go-to-market channels.
Go-to-market channels. Right now, I've just been digging in the trenches on LinkedIn. We're having a video made, little 30-second video made for each product that we can hopefully drive some traffic to our website.
That's time.
Okay, thanks. Edward, you're going to be next. Don't share your screen yet. I'm just wait to see if the judges are ready for us. Charlie's good. Carlton's good. Chris is good. Michelle's good. Rachel's good. Okay, Edward, you can go ahead and share your screen. Okay, everybody, please welcome Edward DeVries from TRO Energy Solutions, Inc.
TRO Energy Solutions is the only privately owned, independently monitored and metered EV charging solution for the Department of War. Our residents live on military bases where they find themselves with the inability to modernize their homes, which means in the case of EV and plug-in electric ownership, they don't have this ability to charge their car overnight at their convenience. With regulations coming down from the Pentagon enforcing what EV ownership and stewardship looks like, EV charging must be done on independently monitored and metered circuits. With that, they sign leases that do not allow them to charge their cars in their homes unless they are on independently monitored and metered circuits. TRO Energy Solutions is now the service provider to provide independently monitored and metered circuits with an exclusive non-compete clause to be the only sole provider for EV charging within the government housing footprint. What this allows us to do is offer EV charging as a service. Residents scan the QR code, pick the EV charging subscription that makes the most sense to their consumption profile, and then our electricians come and install it in the home that they'll be occupying while they're at that duty station. What you'll then see as they continue their career and are PCSing across the country, they will jump from these green dots to the next green dot, which is all military installations with the exception of 6 Army bases that are not included in the program. And these white lights that you're seeing right now are actually live residents that are subscribing and signing up. Well, PCS, their service will move to this new installation and they'll be able to enjoy the luxury and the necessity of EV charging in their home. Over the last 3 years, we've seen exceptional growth since our founding in 2023 to date, with revenue of increases of 570%, users increasing 50% annually, and our total kilowatt consumption increasing 612% year over year. This year to date, we've done 1.2 million kilowatts of EV charging. That's on the order of about 5 million miles traveled for our EV drivers within the Department of Defense. My name is Edward DeVries. It's been my pleasure to introduce you to TRO Energy Solutions. That QR code can take you to our website if you have any questions. And I'm ready to address any of the questions that we currently have now.
Okay.
Awesome.
We're going to start with Rachel.
Okay. Hi, thanks for your pitch. What's your biggest threat right now as far as like from here to the next, let's say 5 years? What's the big bad that could make everything bad?
And then Carlton.
Yeah, this is a very unique idea, Edward. I'm curious about once a person subscribes, are they able to take the device with them, or will they have to pay additional installation costs, et cetera? I'm trying to understand what the burden will be to the customer.
And then Chris.
Yeah, thank you, Edward. So correct me if I'm wrong, because I was also a judge in your micro pitch. Have you changed your business and revenue model since your micro pitch? Because I don't recall, maybe I'm completely wrong, but I didn't recall that you were doing charging as a service. I thought your revenues were coming from other sources. So if that's true, do you still have the revenues from those other sources, similar to what Carlton asked? And will you encounter any challenges as basically being a reseller for, utility providers?
Okay, you can go ahead and answer, and Tim will let you know when 2 minutes is up.
Absolutely. Thank you. Ms. Willinger, the actual threat here is just what EV adoption rates are going to look like over the next 5 to 10 years. With our exclusivity and non-compete, we've actually locked down these moats so that we were going to be the only competitor within the Department of Defense's housing space. And then have even started to extend relationships with AFES and the Marine Corps Exchange, as well as the Navy Exchange, to be their owner, operator, maintainer for their EV initiatives and their own electrifications. The current administration has taken away the contractual avenues that they had to acquire them. So our model makes us even more advantageous for them to offer this relationship that we have with housing as an extension of our network into the rest of the installation that's now available to not just POV, but GOV. Your 2 questions, Mr. Carlton, as well as Chris, kind of go hand in hand, so I'll take those together. Yes, sir. So the entirety of it has always been subscription as a service, right? Your subscription allows you access to our hardware where we're providing you the access to EV charge at your convenience, whether that convenience be inside your home that you're renting or in one of our community DC chargers that has found itself within the landscape of the housing and now extending out into the rest of the installation. Mr. Carlton, you're actually hitting on a great point there. You don't take the charger with you. It's actually part of our advantage of when you PCS, your account will move, your new home will be set up, it'll be EV ready. That new coming resident will have a home that they're moving into that's already EV ready. So our electricians don't have to go in and install a new one. They've moved into a home that they're up and charging before they have internet, before they have cable. They can charge their car and go to work that next day.
That's time. That's time, Gary. We're good.
Chris is good. Carlton's good. Michelle's good. Charlie's good. Rachel good. Okay. Frank, you can go ahead and share your screen. Okay, everybody,
And
please
everybody see it?
welcome.
Okay.
Yep, we can see it. Please welcome Frank King from Lifelight.
Okay. Every day across the U.S., fire alarms are going off, and it's estimated 9 out of 10 of them are false alarms. That's billions of wasted dollars each year in emergency responses, lost productivity, and unnecessary evacuations. The truth is, the alarms aren't the problem, it's what's behind them. Today's systems don't think, they just react. They can't tell a dusty renovation from a real fire and treats every stimulus like an emergency. That lack of intelligence costs billions each year in fines, disruptions, and wasted responses. That's why we created Lifelight, a smart all-in-one fire detection device within your lighting that doesn't just sense, it understands. Unlike traditional detectors that react blindly, this system learns what's normal, can understand real danger, and minimize false alarms that cause businesses time and money. It also alerts real threats and can spot problems before it happens. My name is Frank King, CEO of Quantum X, where our team is reimagining life safety and building intelligent systems that think before they respond or alarm. Since our first pitch, we have a potential partner investor in the life safety and global infrastructure space, a former CTO who has generated interest within his network and the life safety and security space. We are going through the ICAP customer discovery program, which has helped us refine our team design and technical focus, and we have been talking to an IP firm to start the patent process. We're positioned at the intersection of 177 billion smart sensor and smart building markets. And through the ICAP program, we identified that the small and mid-market commercial real estate as our ideal entry point. And this is within a $5 to $7 billion segment today, expected to be 10 billion by 2030. From my experience, this sector relies on older technologies, is not often covered by maintenance contracts, and have faster procurement processes, which make it an ideal for early adoption target for our solution. However, these insights still need to be validated through our ongoing customer interviews. Our diversified model, business model, drives one-time and recurring revenue as shown in the chart. We will offer a standalone device for retrofits and a connected device with cloud analytics for ongoing insights and services, both integrating seamlessly with existing commercial systems. This dual approach and leasing model makes modernization more accessible for cost-sensitive markets, while partnerships and licensing open scalable paths through OEM and service collaborations. We'll begin with a pilot program to validate these field performance and demonstrate measurable ROI before expanding broader deployment. And so a little bit of results from our prototype is that we can accurately label and identify what we're analyzing, a challenge the industry still struggles with. Our false positive rate is just 1.5%, meaning fewer false alarms. That's from the air and smoke. And we have a little more work to do with the chemical and smoke, but we're headed in the right direction. Thank you for your time.
And that's time.
Okay, thanks. And our judges this time, we'll start with Michelle.
I have to say, no relation, same last name, but no relation. Wow. Lots of questions. I'm going to try to narrow it down. So congratulations on going through ICAP as well. So is this just for smoke, fire detection, or would this also include water? So if your house was beginning to flood, is there some sort of alarm that goes off with that? Is that included? And I hope the other judges ask my other questions.
And Charlie is next.
Hey, how's it going? So considering that you're solving industry problems that have been tough to solve in the past, have you thought about who your customer acquisition targets would be in terms of like who would be buying your product and potentially distributing it?
And then Rachel.
Okay, so what role does insurance play in all of this? It seems like it would be kind of like, this is a big problem. The question I guess you guys are trying to track down now is who's going to pay for it and how much can they pay. But I guess within this ecosystem, is insurance your friend or your foe?
Okay, you have 2 minutes to answer those, and Tim will let you know when your time's up.
Sure. So Michelle, water detection is not included. That could be included, but it's not included at the moment. Charlie, who will buy and distribute? Actually, the partner that I spoke about, He is in the global infrastructure and life safety space. He suggests that we should start going through a licensing route channel because that's actually where he's at. I'm still trying to figure that out, to be honest. We just know from my personal experiences that I've saw the process that Johnson Controls where I worked at, how things worked, and from some of my customer interviews from Siemens and different technicians and property managers, I understand a little bit, but not well enough to answer that question honestly. And for Rachel, insurance plays a role because a lot of the false alarms, things like that, if the system is labeled as degraded. So, for example, false alarms, fines come when fire departments keep coming. Once the fire marshal gets involved, the system is labeled degraded. Now the insurance, typically the premiums get, there's some type of problem with the premiums at that point with insurance, but I'm not that far yet, to be honest. We're just still trying to perfect our technology and get a better bearing on things.
That's time.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks. And we'll wait to see the judges are good. Michelle's good. Charlie's good. Chris is good. Carlton's good. And Rachel's good. Okay, our next pitcher is going to be Yak. Yak, you ready? You can go
Yep.
ahead
Can you hear
and
me
share your
well?
screen. Yeah, you can go ahead and share your screen.
Okay. Let's see. Let's do.
Okay, everybody, please welcome Yak Wong from Mechastructure.
As a former NASA engineer, I'm going to tell you a little secret about the aerospace industry. And that's no one really want to build giant rocket. What people really want to do is to put bigger and more payload into space. But even with the biggest rocket ever available, the fairing is still way too small for their ambitions. For example, if you want to observe exoplanet, you will need a space telescope with a mirror at least 20 meters in diameter. And if you want to set up a permanent moon base, you will need several vertical solar tower at least 15 meters tall. And when it comes to space, size does matters. With launching costs coming down rapidly, the opportunity for assembling spacecraft in space is a real business that can serve various government agency and commercial space assessment providers. Megastructure offer a robotic-centric, ultra-lightweight, ready-to-build structure kit allow robot to build very large structure at least 400% faster and more efficient than any existing approach. The complete space assets can also be operated and serviced by the same robotics that built it in the first place. Furthermore, the structural kit can also used to build giant robotic machines such as gantry that can do surface offloading or even space robotic arm that's big enough to capture asteroid. My name is Yak, founder of Mechastructures, one of the very few experts in the world who have a decades of hands-on experience and patents on in-space assembly. And that's me demonstrating our technology to the Vice President at NASA Langley. Megastructure is a space-driven business, but we believe our technology will find many use cases for terrestrial applications. The dual-use nature of our technologies would enable us to potentially reduce the upfront cost and risk of investment to make the business sustainable and ready to capture the spaceflight opportunity in the coming up decades. The ultimate goal of our business is to lower the cost for customers who want to access the unique environments only available in space. For example, mega AI data center can powered by the sun directly, or advanced pharmaceutical production can only take place in microgravities. And of course, if you want to explore the moon, you can only do that on the moon. Our very first product is based on a validated need from NASA and DARPA. The image on the left shows one of the potential landing sites for the ultimate missions at south of the moon. Being able to deploy a 15-meter tall solar tower can significantly increase the potential landing areas and operation area for the missions by reducing the effective lunar night from 14 Earth days down to 2 Earth days. Surviving the extreme cold and dark lunar night is one of the top priority of the Artemis programs. To kickstart our company, we are looking for support to complete our first prototype, a tower at least 50 meters tall that will be built with only robotic agents to demonstrate that building a such structure this way is not only feasible, but preferable. Pushing the technology readiness to level 6 bring us one step closer to state demonstrations. When the prototype is completed, it will be the tallest robotic constructed structure ever built today. The next generation of space attachment will not build themselves, but megastructure will. And thank you.
And that's time.
Okay, thank you. And we're going to start with some questions from judges, and we're going to start with Carlton this time. You can go ahead and unshare your screen. Yuck. There you go. And we'll start with Carlton.
Yeah, this is one of the more challenging ones for me because I'm really trying to grasp who your target market is. Are you trying to target aerospace industry, the defense industry? Just help me understand a little bit more of who you're really targeting for this type of technology.
And next, Chris.
Hey, yeah, good to see you again. So I like this pitch because it has such a big vision attached to it. But how long will it take for you to actually make some money with this? Because it's such a big, bold vision.
Mhm.
And can you mentioned being able to deploy this in other use cases. Is there a plan to do that with building things on Earth, or is this strictly in space? And what's the timeline? I know you put a timeline up. I'm just saying about like how long will it take you to really make money and turn a profit with it?
And Michelle.
That's why I love Start Peninsula, from lashes to launches. Oh my goodness, this is really great. So, like the others, I don't fully understand it, but I don't have to. But my question is, where are you doing this? You're building this big thing. Where? What's your location?
And you
Okay.
have 2 minutes to answer those, and Tim will let you know when your time's up.
Okay. I will answer the question backwards. So where? We want to build this prototype right at NASA Langley so they can see that impact immediately in their front door. And of course, NASA Langley is at Hampton, so inherently it will be at Hampton. So that will make NASA look good, the Hampton Road look good, and everybody involved look good. In terms of making money, that's kind of interesting because a lot of this funding can have a very high dollar amount just from NASA or DoD. Like, for example, they just funded a 3D printed company, almost $60 million just to test their 3D capability for building like habitat. So we are kind of in a similar game, but our product is more to building other infrastructure than say like the 3D printer habitat. So we can actually get up to that level if we are able to demonstrate that what we can do. And a lot of these things, for example, the lunar tower is already defined by NASA and DoD that they really want it. So if somebody can provide it today, they will buy it today and maybe put on the next mission to the moon or some other like immediate missions. So targeted customer, obviously, and the early stage will be focusing on the government agency like DARPA, NASA, and all these agencies who have development funding to allow company like us to building these prototype and proving this technology is a viable option for them for their future missions. And once we have that capability, then we start able to making our own space assets. And at that point, you can be, your space landlord that renting out your space assets, docking capabilities, so they can bring in their data center, they can bring in their manufacturer on your platform, and then you can operate it for them. But that has a long stretch goal. As right now, we are looking for also terrestrial customer who needs similar capability, but not necessarily a space version of it to kind of give us a upper hand.
That is time, Yak.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. So we'll let the judges do their forms. Chris is good, Michelle's good, Charlie's good, Carlton's good, Rachel's good. Okay, folks, we are halfway through. So we're going to take a 10-minute break. We're going to start again at 6. I have 6:44. Let's start again at 6:54. And we'll be starting up with Tia. So Tia, be ready to go when we get back. We'll see y'all in 10 minutes.
How are you, Gary? Can we keep talking, or is this recorded too?
It's recorded.
Oh,
It's recorded,
okay.
but
We'll catch up another time.
Yeah,
We'll catch up.
Yeah, sounds
All
good.
right.
You eat mushrooms, Gary?
No, I'm eating nuts. Okay,
We
everybody,
have everyone.
we're back and ready to roll. So our next up, Tia, you want to go ahead and share your screen?
Okay, sharing my screen. Start broadcast.
Okay, ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, everybody, please welcome Tia Henderson from Southern Bell Fungus.
Here at Southern Bell Fungus, I grow gourmet and functional mushrooms like lion's mane, reishi, and cordyceps right here in the 757. We turn those mushrooms into teas, powders, supplements, and now mushroom coffee, products that support focus, immunity, and brain health. I started this business after losing my father in 2020. I needed something for grief, so instead I just started helping my community. A nutritional desert is something many communities struggle with. It's one reason we see more issues with immune system, neurological health, and fatigue. Another downside of being in a nutritional desert is the lack of functional mushrooms. Most grocery stores only carry white button or portobello, and that's about it. That's where I come in. I grow functional mushrooms, gourmet mushrooms like lion's mane, reishi, and cordyceps. I also teach people how to grow their own and how to properly identify them in the wild. Right now, I have several grow tents set up in my mother's home. They're equipped with self-made humidifiers, fresh air exchange, and grow lights. I love teaming up with local restaurants. Right now, you can see me delivering a box of oyster mushrooms to Conscious Planet, and they use those to turn them into tasty vegan chicken sandwiches. If you're looking for me, you can find me at southernbellfungus.com or at your local fresh markets. Fresh mushrooms and functional mushrooms are a booming business projected to make about $19 billion in 2030. There's a huge demand for fresh mushrooms. We've already taught indoor and outdoor cultivation classes. I've led lectures for wellness groups in local colleges. I've given away over 75 pounds of gourmet mushrooms to chef restaurants. I've also partnered up with Town Center Cold Press to launch our mushroom coffee line. Next, I want to build a backyard grow shed. It'll include lab, incubation rooms, and fruiting rooms so we can support our classes and also continue growing things for chef, restaurants, and grocery stores as well. I'm asking for the $5,000 in funding so we can continue building our grow shed and expand our classes to grocery stores, restaurants, and chefs across the 757 and also globally. Thank you. And if I got some time, wait, you guys can't see my screen. Well, I have in my hand cordyceps mushrooms. You can't hear them, but they're falling into the cup. And they're really good for testosterone. They will raise your testosterone if you're a man. They will lower it if you're a woman. And if you're a woman, it will balance out your estrogen, balance out your cortisol levels, and also lower your testosterone levels if that's needed. And it's really good for energy and fatigue. And that's about it.
Okay,
And
thank you.
that's about time.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
If you want to go ahead and unshare your screen
Yes.
and ready for some questions from the judges.
Yes. Let me stop the sharing. All
Okay.
right.
We're gonna start with Charlie this time.
I'm so happy I got to ask a question. So I had a similar business growing mushrooms actually in college as well. And so I'm curious, what are you using as feedstock for your mushrooms?
And Rachel?
Okay. I'm also in the CEA space, so I'm really interested in this. Also, I love the pixelated Stardew Valley type aesthetic you have going on. It's awesome. I have literally so many questions, but do you plan on scaling beyond Hampton Roads or staying local? I want to emphasize both are valid and fine, but what is your plans?
And Carlton.
Yeah, I love the concept here. I love the true entrepreneurship that it takes to start this mushroom business. I mean, it is very unique type of business. And myself, I like medicinal type of mushrooms and those things that help. So my question deals more around the revenue. Where are you making the bulk of your money from? Is it from the classes? Is it from growing the mushrooms? Just kind of wanting to understand the profit margin.
And you got 2 minutes, and Tim will let you know when your time's up.
Okay, thank you guys for your questions. So I use grain spawn and hardwood and softwood for my mushrooms. For lion's mane, they like softwood, hardwood for the reishi mushrooms, and cordyceps, I use just rice. Cordyceps are very easy to grow, but they're very beneficial. Where I plan on taking Southern Bell fungus, of course, I'm gonna tell you guys worldwide, but I also really want to expand all over the United States, and I want to travel to different countries, learning about how they grow their mushrooms and how they apply it in their culture and also their teachings, because mushrooms are very, very it's a huge market around the world, but when it comes to the benefits, I want to say Asia and India got it on lock. And my top revenue maker right now is the coffee because people love coffee. I hate it. And fresh mushrooms because restaurants need it, grocery stores need it, and then the individual person need it. So I would have to say the fresh mushrooms and then the coffee. And that's it.
Cool,
Okay.
cool. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, we'll get a thumbs up from the judges. And so Michelle's good, Carlton's good, Charlie's good. Looking for everybody. Chris, not yet. Chris is good. Rachel, you're good? Okay. All right, next up is going to be Brittany. You ready to roll?
Yep. Let me know when it's full screen for you.
It is not yet. And it's there. You ready?
Awesome. I'm ready.
Okay, everybody, please welcome Brittany Paragoff from Where to Wheel.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany, founder of Where to Wheel, a marketplace that connects off-roaders with private landowners. Meet Caitlin. She's an off-road enthusiast, and she wants to take her Jeep off-roading. But like most off-roaders, she has nowhere nearby to do so, as current locations are extremely secluded and unwelcoming. And Caitlin is part of the global community of over 160 million off-roaders, with over 70 million of them here in the US. While searching for places to go off-roading, Caitlin comes across Where to Wheel. On the Where to Wheel map, she is surprised to find new off-road spots in her area called W2W Parks, which is our marketplace inventory. On here, she can view descriptions, buy tickets, sign waivers, and go wheeling. So the off-roaders buy tickets to our marketplace inventory, and we take 50% of those bookings. And the market is much bigger than most would imagine, with off-roading being the second largest sector in outdoor recreation, right behind camping, with a TAM of almost 18 billion. And in 2023, 50 million Americans went off-roading. And our product is so convenient that we're already more than doubling this behavior. We found early traction, crossed 100K GMV, and are consistently hitting double-digit month-over-month growth, as well as strong product market fit backed by these metrics. It's also worth mentioning that we have no competing disruptors. For go-to-market, we have a very large brand and megaphone in the space, so the minute we post about a new location to go off-roading, it spreads like wildfire. And on the landowner side, we've lined up strategic partnerships that give us access to over 30,000 landowners across the US, as well as a real estate investor collaboration that guarantees us penetration into our beachhead markets. And we're going to use these beachhead markets in a tipping point growth strategy to mass market adoption. We're focusing on the Northeast corridor here because this is where the most heavily dense population of off-roaders are with the most severe lack of access. The team at Where to Wheel, we are all former founders. We also have over 35 years of off-road experience. And the ultimate vision for Where to Wheel actually has 3 silos: a media mapping silo, a marketplace of locations, as well as insurance, as no auto carrier in the US offers on-road and off-road insurance. And the time is now for this market. There is booming demand. It's more than doubled in under 10 years. Supply is stagnant and outdated, and we can also leverage agritourism statutes for quick expansion. Thanks for listening. Again, I'm Brittany, founder of Where to Wheel, a marketplace that connects off-roaders with private landowners.
Thank you so much, Brittany.
Yep.
Okay. And we're going to start this time for the judges with Chris.
Okay, Brittany, good to see you again.
Me too.
So, what are the biggest risks involved with delivering this marketplace to consumers? And specifically, I know that you have a waiver. I saw you had that in your presentation, but what other liabilities are out there that maybe aren't covered by the waiver, and what kind of a threat could it be to your business model?
Next, Michelle.
Great. Thank you so much, Brittany, for your pitch there. So question about the dashboard of the use of that. Would the user be able to pick levels of skill, for example, like if you go, riding the rapids or something, it's that level. And then to gamify it, because I know in the Jeep cultures, you've been ducked, the ducking thing. Is there something within that you continue to build that organic community?
And Charlie.
Hey, so what are your next steps and what are the gaps in your team?
And you got 2 minutes, and Tim will let you know when your time's up.
Okay, so for risk, so yes, we do have a waiver that covers, like, it's actually a contract. So waiver acknowledgement of risk, you're basically waiving your life away, right? But we all know you can still bring suit. So we do have insurance that extends to landowners. We are working on beefing that up through a participant kind of insurance. But with the agritourism statutes, our landowners can tag into that, and that gives them liability immunity and zoning immunity. So it is an agritourism activity. Off-road driving falls under quote, quote, farm tours. So if you're participating in that, you cannot bring suit to a landowner. So it kind of protects both sides. For levels of skill, yes, we are the only ones that are serving the beginner market, which is massive for the Jeep off-roading industry. Everyone else that's currently out there, you have to be like an expert level, or at least go with someone that knows what they're doing. So on all of our listings, it will tell them if it's beginner friendly. All of our locations have beginner friendly options. And then for gamifying, yes, we do this all the time. We just had a trail and treat. So they ride through the trails and they find hidden prizes along the way, sells out. So we have a lot of new gamifying options that are rolling out in 2026, as those are massive sellers for us. And Charlie, next steps. Next steps for us is 2026, we're kicking off the real estate collaboration. So we're going to be bringing on 2 properties every quarter to kind of get that model down. And then we'll be selling that to REITs and other real estate investor property owners across the kind of the US. Like we have Texas already banging down our door. So on that side, gaps in the team, we have a good CTO, but as we're building more towards AI and scaling faster, I think we could bring on someone that's like that next level skill so that we can get more clean UI as we grow to expand more national. I think I answered everything.
And that's time.
Perfect.
Oh, was that the end, Tim? Sorry. Okay. Thanks, Brittany. Okay, I'll wait for the judges. Michelle's good. Rachel's good. Charlie's good. Carlton's good. And Chris is good. Okay, awesome. Next up, Melina, you're ready.
All righty.
You can go ahead and share your screen.
Hold on. I don't know where. Okay, can you see my pitch deck?
Well, we just see your email.
But stop the share. Okay.
No, you were good. Gary had a little latency.
Okay. And back now, can you see it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yes, you can. You can just
Oh, you can. Okay. Mine's just stuck.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
ready? You let me know when you're ready
Yep.
to go.
I'll start. Yep.
And okay.
Okay, everybody, please welcome Melina Applewhite from House of Vibes DIY.
Picture this. A mom walks into our studio, phone in one hand, stress written all over her face. Her daughter's eyes light up when she sees the shimmer table, the scent bar, the color station. 1 hour later, they walk out giggling, holding handmade lip gloss, bath scrubs, proud and connected because they made it together. That's House of Vibes DIY. Today's families, especially women, are creatively burnt out. The connection is low, burnout is high, and meaningful outlets are rare. 75% of Gen Z prefer experiences over things. Millennials and Gen Z value live experiences more than material items, a shift that drives demand for interactive retail. That's $1 billion behavioral shift. The experiential retail market is exploding, valued at $84 billion in 2023, projected to reach $297 billion by 2032, growing at a 14% compound annual growth rate. House of Vibes is positioned right in the center of that surge. We're not a craft studio. We're a self-expression bar. Think Build-A-Bear energy, but for beauty, wellness, and confidence. A vibrant bar-style experience where guests ages 7 and up come to make their own self-care products like lip gloss, lotion, bath scrubs, all hands-on, all joy-filled, and all deeply personal. We focus on millennial moms ages 25 to 44, the spenders. Their Gen Z teens influence the vibe, and their Gen Alpha kids imitate it. Target her, and all three show up. House of Vibes DIY operates on a multi-model revenue, daily drop-ins, birthday parties, DIY kits, merchandise, weddings, and memberships, each designed to drive repeat visits and reoccurring income. I'm Melina Applewhite, a military veteran, entrepreneur, and creative strategist. In my previous children's company, Party Teak, we proved the market for hands-on beauty and self-care experiences by generating over 100K in less than 2 years, operating only on weekends. That proved strong, repeatable demand. After winning my last pitch competition, I took that momentum and I launched the anchor of my business model, our mobile perfume cologne bar. We debuted at the mobile bar at the Virginia Beach Bridal Expo, and the response was overwhelming. For over 4 hours straight, our booth stayed packed with lines averaging 15 minutes as guests waited their turn. We handed out nearly 500 scent samples, sold multiple signature scents, and the feedback was unanimous. This is different, it's interactive, it's unforgettable. Those scent sales created an entirely new revenue stream we can scale, expanding into custom blends, refills, and wedding favors. Since that launch, we've booked 3 new paid events and been invited to 2 more expos and received multiple calls asking when will our physical location open. Our execution strategy is clear. Continue mobile, grow local, then go flagship. By leading with the perfume bar, we're building a scalable foundation, testing layouts, pricing, and customer flow before expanding into full self-care experiences. It's not just growth, it's intentional design that keeps us profitable and adaptable at every stage. We've already proven that people don't just want self-care, they want ownership of the experience. So don't just make it yours. Thank you.
And that is time.
Okay, thanks. You can go ahead and
Alrighty.
share your screen.
Stop. Alrighty.
There we go. And I'm going to say all 3 judges in order in case my Wi-Fi goes out again. So we're going to start with Rachel, and then Carlton, and then Chris.
Okay. Hi. Love the pitch. I love the stay mobile. I can't remember exactly how you said it. It was very catchy though.
Stay
And
mobile, grow local, and then flagship.
yes, I think that's very, very smart. Very astute. So you do have multiple product offerings. Which is your most profitable right now? And do you have one that you are kind of, I guess, I hate to say like waiting to phase out once you can get to the next place?
And then Carlton.
Yeah, this is my second time. I think I was on your first one, and the idea is just phenomenal. I really like the uniqueness of what it is that you're doing. Now that you've had an opportunity to kind of grow, do you have any revenue projections and where you were, say, a year ago versus where you are today, et cetera? I'm just trying to understand how you've grown the business.
Okay.
And Chris.
Hey, I love your passion. It comes out as you speak. It's great. Curious, when investors look at a business model like this, particularly retail, sometimes they get a little bit scared because of overhead right? It's a bit of a high overhead model. So are you considering any kind of, which by the way is still fine. I'm just kind of curious how you've baked that into your, margin projections. And have you considered franchising as you grow in the future? I know you mentioned flagship, but it looks like you're building a model here. Is this something that maybe you can look to shift some of that, overhead burden to franchisees and then take your cut as a franchisor? Is that something you've thought about or not?
Okay, so thank you all for your questions. So I'm gonna go work backwards. For as far as with the perfume bar franchising, yes, that is something that I'm highly interested in because that would cut a lot of the costs down. I've done a lot to be able to kind of limit the products down where we're only kind of doing like a small, medium, large theory, so that way we're cutting down the overhead costs. But I would also like to license out to cruise ships because I think this would be a great opportunity for cruise ships to be able to have something else to do on those lines. Where I am now from the last time that I had pitched, I was nowhere when I pitched the last time. And now that I've done this expo, I've made over $5,000. And I just had the expo actually about 2 weeks ago, and I have one on Sunday. So we were just slam packed and people were booking. And then we introduced a new line that will go to the final question, phase out some of the like the kits, because the wedding favors, some people who weren't initially ready to jump into the massive setup, they said, could we just purchase favors from you? So I was able to wholesale those favors and put out the scents as people decided that they liked them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll wait for the judges. Joseph, don't share your screen yet, but just making sure you're on deck. Chris is good. Carlton's good. Charlie's good. Michelle's good. And Rachel's good. Okay. Joseph, you can go ahead and share your screen.
Okay. Awesome. I'm ready. Oh, I'm sorry. Sure, sorry about that. Okay.
Okay, everybody, please welcome Joseph Wright from Loyalty Technologies.
Awesome. Decades ago, there were many clean water resources in streams, rivers, and wells for all walks of life to use naturally. Due to human activity, we have contaminated these water resources with forever chemicals known as PFAS from manufacturing, pharmaceutical, and agricultural sources, to name a few. Since identifying this issue, many studies have revealed increased diagnosis of cancers, reproductive issues, infertility, and hormonal imbalances as a result of consuming our drinking water and the water resources being used to produce our food supply in the United States and globally. A recent study by the National Institute of Health suggested 97% of Americans have these forever chemicals in their blood. These chemicals have also been found in the blood of animals within proximity of waterways. We are actively poisoning our world. Carbon has been used to purify water for thousands of years. The EPA has considered activated carbon as a best available technology for water treatment facilities. The carbon commonly used today in water treatment is often exhausted in as little as a few months. With many emerging contaminants, removal efficiency is less than 50%. At Loyalty Technologies, we have the solution. Using organic waste, our carbon is produced via a carbon neutral process. The results are a uniquely designed material capable of improving filtration of emerging contaminants with up to 99% efficiency by entrapping the contaminant within the lattice of our unique patent-pending molecular framework. We turn waste into engineered biochar for water treatment in emerging sectors. This is the force behind the cutting-edge technology of Loyalty Technologies. We sell bulk advanced biochar material, run pilot deployments with utilities, and scale through licensing our unique carbon doping technology. Because we start with waste, our cost structure is significantly lower than imported activated carbon, allowing higher margins and fast adoption. We've begun partnerships with CarboForce and universities. We're supported by Reactor 757. Today, we're at bench scale. Next milestones, PFAS absorption tests, and pilot reactors. We are starting with the most urgent problem, PFAS removal in drinking water. Our carbon platform has also shown promise in energy storage, air purification, and coatings. Water is our first market, but the long-term opportunity is much larger. Invest in your future, invest in our health. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. You can go ahead and unshare your screen. And this time we're gonna, when you're ready, you can catch some questions from the judges. We're gonna start with Michelle, and then Charlie, and then Rachel.
Great. Thank you so much, Joseph, for your pitch there. So I'm curious as to your journey, what got you interested in this, and do you see this in homes or at water plants or both?
In terms of your team, what individuals are needed to bring you off of the lab prototype?
Okay. And I come from the wastewater world, so I am really excited to be hearing about PFAS and possible solutions. That's enormous. So you mentioned that drinking water is your target. Why not wastewater? There's a lot of money in it, and especially HRSD is doing a lot of work with PFAS in this area. I've worked with them in the past. They're excellent to work with. So just kind of wondering the math on that. Thanks.
Okay, see you.
Awesome. Thank you for your questions. Okay. Am I good? Okay. So my journey, I went back to college at 40, became a civil engineer. And during that time, I was a researcher my entire time at Old Dominion, and most of my college was paid for by the NSF, doing research on carbon and its many allotropes. And my favorite was remediating landfill leachate using biochar, and it just evolved from there. Certainly, our customers would be wastewater treatment plants as well as water treatment plants for sure. And we see the PFAS in those waters for sure. As far as lab prototyping, I'm supported by several doctors around the world, actually. I have a really expansive team of actual team members and consultants and advisors. And we are working together with academia and a national laboratory to lift off our technology from bench scale to a prototype. Wastewater, as your question was, is definitely on my radar. I worked in wastewater as well. I've built a few pump stations for HRSD, and so certainly being in proximity of it on my 9 to 5, and as a researcher from academia, I continue to work towards the goals of bringing clean water to the world.
Okay, thanks. See that? Just be ready. Chris is good. Michelle's good. Carlton's good. Charlie's good. And Rachel's good. Okay, Jacqueline, you go ahead and share your screen. Okay, everyone, please welcome Jacqueline Akers from Hypercube Motors Corporation.
Hello, thank you so much for having me today. My name is Jacqueline Akers from Hypercube Motors, and I will be introducing Nyla. My passion began with nursing school, where I met my co-founder, Swati. I've been a nurse for over 5 years with specialty certifications in emergency and pediatric emergency nursing. So I have a love of chaos, but also efficiency in chaos. I understand the impact of nursing on the patient and the nurse, and that the problems of nursing are larger than just the nurse themselves. Nurses are not only caregivers, but they're also problem solvers. So when I began to see some of the problems in nursing, I began to look for solutions. Some of these problems are repetitive tasks, and these tasks lead to burnout, nurses feeling like they can't live to their true potential. Unfortunately, these problems are exacerbated by night shift shortages, which make nurses feel unsupported in their roles. The impacts on these challenges are really able to be seen from the patient care perspective. Patients wait long time for the tasks that they need, and care is of increased cost, especially in today's market. The US healthcare market is huge, and I was surprised to learn that each % reduction in RN turnover saves the average hospital over $262,000 per year. That means if we could make nursing a profession that nurses would like to stay in, and nurses were retained in their current role, hospitals could save a large amount of money. That's where Nyla comes in. Nyla is an AI-enabled robot designed to take some of the heavy lifting off of nurses. Nyla handles 3 pillars of tasks, including documentation, material transfer, and patient rounding. This encompasses about 30% of tasks for direct care RNs. We operate our business model using a robot as service agreement with a 2-year lease model. And that's designed to take headache off of the nurses and off of the hospitals. Our unique integrated software is designed to be nurse friendly and to not add yet another headache onto the day of a nurse. We've seen good traction so far with feedback from over 8 hospitals and their executives. We also had the opportunity to attend WHX Miami and had a wonderful time networking and getting Nyla out into the real world. Those were some of the busiest days of my entire life, and that's coming from an ER nurse. Currently, we have generated about $100,000 in revenue, largely through our robotic partnership product. Thank you so much for learning about Nyla with me, and I look forward to answering your questions.
That is time.
Okay, thank you. And we're going to go in this order this time. You can unshare your screen.
Thank you.
And then we'll hear from Carlton, and then Chris, and then Michelle.
So, Jacqueline, this is a very innovative idea. And what I'm curious about are the costs associated with ramping this up, because it looks like it's a robot that actually moves and handles things. So the costs associated with how you plan to scale that to a revenue generating model.
Yeah, and Carlton asked kind of half of my question there. So the other half is, what about this makes it just dedicated for the function of nursing? Because it could be something that could be applied in the same environments for lots of other types of tasks. So why just the focus on that? And is there the potential of a threat from somebody that's more of a generalist that also does nursing and is developing a similar product?
And then my question, thank you for your presentation. The question is more from the operational side. So would Nyla accompany a nurse into the room and just be there, or would just be Nyla in there? I don't know if it's something similar to the ambient recording that goes on now with the doctors or the nurses in there, or is Nyla in the room with the patient only, and how do the patients feel about that?
Ken, you have 2 minutes to answer those, and Tim will let you know when your time's up.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your questions. In our current facility, we're able to handle making 3 robots per month in our current location. As we receive more funding, we'd like to move towards mass production, but that will come after our pilot phase. As far as specializing in nursing and threats to that market, so far we're targeting nursing because it's one of the largest markets in healthcare, and the nursing labor problem is huge. especially when you consider the hospital burden caused by needing to support travel nurses to fill these labor gaps. And again, that cost of nursing burnout. And while I do envision NILA expanding to meet other needs of the hospital, nursing is truly where my heart is, but it's also where much of the problem is in terms of keeping a hospital running efficiently. And when we look at how does NILA work a little bit more in detail. So NILA is teleoperated, meaning one of our trained and certified teleoperators is on the background operating NILA. So many of NILA's tasks can be done without the interaction of a nurse. However, the nurse is able to remote into the patient room using the Operate Service Room button and interact with the patient directly if the task requires it. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. I'll wait to hear from the judges. Keenan, you're going to be up next. Just want to make sure you're ready. And don't share your screen yet. So Michelle's good. Carlton's good. Chris is good. Rachel's good. And Charlie's good. Okay, Keenan, you can go ahead and share your screen.
Can you see it?
It's working.
Okay. It says it's paused. So,
Okay. Can you see it, Tim?
Nope, not yet.
No, not yet. Okay.
Said that he started.
try and restart it.
No, I'm what I see, it just says that you have started sharing your screen. The gerbils must be getting tired. Yeah, I would stop and try
Okay.
again.
Let's try it again. Yeah, I'm getting the same message. Your screen sharing is paused. Okay, let me try something else because that's weird.
I have not seen that before. That's
I
new
have
to
not
me.
either.
No.
Yeah, of course it'll happen on the last one. We're almost out. We're almost done. Okay. So let's try it this way.
If need me, you can shoot me your slides and I can share the screen as a last resort.
Okay. Can you
There we
see?
go.
Yep, they're on now.
Okay, cool. Let me share.
Yep. All right, everybody. Please welcome. I'll wait for it to. You want to go to full screen mode there?
There we go.
Okay, everybody, please welcome Keenan Smith from MetaClick.
Okay. Marketing is no longer about the stuff you make. It's about the stories that you tell. We know this to be true. Today, businesses need to tell their stories online. That's why nearly every small business in America has at least one social media account. But here's the problem. Most of them barely use it. Over 60% of small businesses struggle to post more than once. And when that happens, the algorithm treats their pages as inactive, cutting their reach by over 90% in just a few weeks. So if you ask the owners why, they say, I simply don't have the time, I don't know what to post, or I don't have a dedicated person to handle it. The result, businesses become invisible online. So we asked ourselves, what if storytelling could take care of itself? That question is what created MetaClick. MetaClick becomes your affordable marketing partner that learns your story and helps you share it. When you first sign up, MetaClick guides you through our onboarding flow that feels more like a conversation and less like a form. It asks you your mission, what you're selling, and why it matters. And then, with just one click, MetaClick builds a complete campaign, creating your visuals, your videos, your captions, and editorial calendar so that you know exactly what to post each day, week, and month. MetaClick is a subscription model. We're offering a standard plan of $50 a month, a pro plan of $100 per month, and each plan gives users a set of credits so that they can generate visuals, videos, or a full-blown campaign. Every time a new user starts, they start with a 14-day free trial so they can see the value firsthand. And during that time, we'll help them onboard and then convert naturally into being a paying user once they see the value. Right now, we have a private beta group running where we have 2 organizations that are working so we can get early feedback. We have over 40 people on our waiting list, some that will add in the beta group ahead of our launch, and others ready to use when we go live on day 1. We're launching MetaClick January 2026 out of beta, and by April, we aim to have 500 users and at least 250 paying subscribers, generating around 12.5 thousand monthly recurring revenue. And we expect to close 2026 with about 5,000 paying users, which is about 250,000 in monthly recurring revenue. Growth will come from built-in referral loops, digital marketing, AI consulting, and workshops that I'm already doing today, which is helping me connect directly with businesses. So our ask is simple. Help us empower businesses to share their stories so that they can reach the people who need them. Thank you.
And that's time.
Okay, thank you. I want to unshare your screen and get ready for some judge questions. And our final 3 judges asking questions tonight are Charlie, and then Rachel, and then Carlton.
Hey, what's going on, man? I spent a lot of time in this space, so I'm really excited to see this as a product. I definitely would be curious to know how you're thinking about competition in this space from places like Google or OpenAI.
Okay. And I'm wondering with this kind of it seems like it's SaaS. With this kind of thing, it seems like the scaling can be fairly quick. I mean, just based on your projections and, products like this, it can move very fast. So, I guess what's the next hurdle after, let's say, 2026? What then?
Yeah, and thanks for the presentation, Keenan. I think I was on your last one because it was AI, and I'm heavy into AI development, using AI development tools. I'm really trying to understand the space. And there are a lot of tools that are out there. And to Charlie's point earlier, there's some they can do if I understand what you're trying to do, what you're doing now. How does your product really differentiate between what is out there on the market, because it is evolving so quickly? And how are you going to, I think to Rachel's question, how are you going to kind of sustain that growth in the midst of how fast AI is transitioning?
And you have 2 minutes to answer those, and Tim will let you know when your time's up.
Ready, Tim? Okay, cool. All right.
Yep,
So
go ahead.
Carlton, I'll answer the last question first. So how do you differentiate yourself from others? As I've been doing the consulting and working with small businesses and even nonprofits lately, we've actually pivoted from our first idea because there was a challenge with the technology not being able to do what it is that we wanted it to do. But when I go into these groups and I talk to these startups, I'm introducing some of our competitors like Higgsfield, FreePick, Midjourney. And the same thing that I'm getting in all these interactions is, man, this is going to take me forever to learn. Because what these other products are doing are building tools for marketers. What we're focused on, our demographic, is just small business owners who don't have the resources to get marketers or pay freelancers. So our one-click solution with MetaClick is about, hey, you talk to us about what your vision and mission is, and we do the entire campaign for you. You don't have to do revisions. You don't have to know what to tell the model. We do everything for you because we have a conversation. So that's what differentiates ourselves from the rest of the competitors. competitors because we're solely focused on the person who has no clue how to use any of our competitors because our competitors are still really technical. To answer the other question, what's our next hurdle after 2026 from Rachel, is going to be about scaling and making our system smarter. Right now, we do an amazing job. Our onboarding flow is amazing. Our beta users, I just talked with one on Monday, and he was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I can't wait to use it because it's really smart at understanding the mission. So we need to make sure that we can continue to make that better and easier for the model to understand what your business does and then generate the content that you need to tell your story accurately across social media. Charlie, to answer your question, we're actually using models from Google like Nano Banana and ImageGen. So we're not competing with Google. We're actually using them as a partner. And then one of our fallbacks would be models like Rev or Ideogram. OpenAI's image generation model isn't that great, but we do use models like
That
OpenAI and Claude.
is time, Keenan.
Okay.
All right, thanks.
No problem.
Okay, wait to hear from Carlton's good, Michelle's good, Chris is good, Charlie's good, and Rachel's good. Okay, Tim, are you going
Yep.
to
All
tell the
right, judges,
judges?
in your private chat, you should have received the link for the deliberation room from Zach. So you can leave this webinar. You'll use the same link to join the webinar when you come back once it's done, but scram. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Okay, sorry, who sent that link again? Sorry, Tim.
Zach. Should be a DM in the chat.
Oh, there it is. Right.
Michelle doesn't seem to have that. Did you get a DM, Michelle?
I did, but since it's going to Google Meet, I have to log into something else. So that's going to be a minute. I'm going to try to hurry.
We were going to talk about Michelle first.
So nobody talk about Michelle yet.
I wouldn't think that Michelle would have to log in because she's already logged in because she has access to the score sheet, and that's strange.
Yeah.
I wonder if Michelle is in the other one and we can just see her talking.
Yeah. So a long time ago, Michelle.
Oh, there she goes. Are we clear? Looks like it.
Well, you can go ahead
Y'all
and
did
talk.
great.
Yeah, she left.
Yeah, you all did really, really well tonight. I am
Oh my goodness, yes.
extremely proud of you all. And I know that it seems like a super cliche thing to say that this was the best group ever, but I really don't know if we've ever had a group of 12 that were this competitive. And looking at the raw scores on the judging rubric,
I told Tim I don't want to be a judge. It would be awful.
we could be here a while because like the scores are extremely, extremely close. And that's across 5 judges in multiple categories. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll just we'll wait and see how long it takes for the judges to deliberate. But seriously, congratulations to you all. You can it was so much improved. You proved something in order to place in the top three at your micro pitch, and then you really, really improved since the micro pitch. So congratulations. And I know that some of you reached out to Gary and I, and we provided some feedback. And I know that it's our feedback. You can take it or you can leave it, but it's always nice when you take it and we can see that there was an improvement based on the fact that you took some of that advice. So congratulations there. And this will wrap up Start Peninsula 2025. We will begin taking applications for 2026. So we will share that. We'll share the replay out tomorrow, I'm sure, as well, so that you can share the replay link to your friends and family and whatnot. Please stay connected to us. Share your success stories with us, all of you, not just the top three, but share your success stories with us. Yeah, we could not do this without the support of the peninsula localities. This year's host locality, the city of Hampton, Newport News, Poquoson, Williamsburg, James City County, and York County. They're the ones that make this possible. They're the ones that make that provide the seed funding for you all. So your success stories are really, really meaningful. One, because they want to see where their dollars are going, and they want to see the return on their investment in entrepreneurship within Hampton Roads. But also, as Innovate Hampton Roads, as we lead this effort for the region, this is the true entry point into entrepreneurship for the region. We are all about telling the story for Hampton Roads to put Hampton Roads on the map so that you can catch the attention and the eye of potential customers, potential teammates, potential partners, and perhaps most importantly, potential investors. We always have investors that are watching this, many of which will reach out to me directly afterwards and ask for introductions. And I will pass those introductions on. I encourage you to reach out to the judges. They'll be more than happy to provide feedback to you and also help you out any way that you can, or any way that they can. But I cannot stress enough that you're part of the ecosystem now. So leverage the ecosystem. We want to help you, but if you don't let us know how we can help, we don't know how we're able to. Since we've been telling the story for the region, we have captured a lot of attention. We hosted the Startup World Cup for the second year, and we had 742 people that were in attendance. That was more than double last year when we had it. Year one, by our count, $26 million of investment happened after the event. Introductions and deals are still being made since we just had the second one. That led into 757 Tech Night that we had in October. That was a sellout event. So there is really a new sense of energy, a new sense of enthusiasm for entrepreneurship and innovation in the region, and you are connected to that. So please let us share the story. Just in the course of just a couple months, we have had organizations like JP Morgan Chase share that they want to increase their presence in the region. Wells Fargo wants to increase their presence in the region. So they are hearing the story that we are sharing. They are paying attention. So we have to continue to tell that story for the world to see so that we can continue to build this region and give you all the recognition, resources, tools, and that you need to succeed. So congratulations to you all. Thank you for pitching tonight. Gary, do you have anything you want to add in hopes that Wi-Fi is working for you?
Yeah, so far it's okay. It's really weird though, it phases and I can watch it cut off and then come back. It's kind of weird. No, I echo what Tim said that everybody did a great job, I thought, and really enjoyed watching it. Sometimes it's painful to watch folks um, that struggle.
We didn't really have any struggle at all.
Even just if something was a little funky, then you just shrugged it off and kept going. And I think that's great.
Yeah, I mean this is a well-oiled machine tonight. We were ahead of schedule the entire night. That was great. And then, certainly any feedback that you all have for us, we always want to continuously improve this. So this program, this is year 14 that we've been doing this, and this has evolved a lot over the course of the years. So, any feedback that you have, please let us know. We certainly we'll read everything. We'll take everything into consideration. Um, as we move forward, we certainly want to continue to evolve. Um, I just in the chat I released that is the application. I'm sorry, that is not the application. That is the application for those that would like to pitch or apply to pitch next year. We will follow a very similar schedule next year. We do break things up. So we'll have like a spring cohort, if you will, and then we'll do it in the fall. We generally do not compete with the summer months just because it's difficult with schools out, summer vacations, and everything else. And Aaron, yes, I will post it again and send it out in the email to ensure that everyone has a chance. And with that, some people they have come back another year and went on to win the second year trying as opposed to the first. But the key is to continue to evolve, continue to validate your business, find out what you can find out, pivot where you need to pivot. I did see some minor pivots from the micro pitch to tonight, and that's okay. You got to continue to evolve. Listen to what your customers tell you. They will tell you everything that you need to know. And then from that, you make those minor adjustments and you continue to evolve the business where it needs to go. That's what it's all about.
Thanks, Tim.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Congratulations, Brittany.
Thank you. They're changing the sheets in the bassinet. Should be done soon.
But if anyone, any of the pitchers, if you all have any questions, feel free to jump in. Anyone that is from the audience, if you have a question, you can share that in the Q&A box and we'll address that as well. Typically, I buy some sort of a play-by-play from Zach about how things are going.
No smoke yet?
I haven't heard anything.
Is it white smoke or black smoke? Nothing yet. No pope has been chosen. Tim, do the new magic trick you learned.
I was hoping that you were going to share your magic
I
trick.
did.
I was just checking.
I did have a 2 hour session with him. So I'm the conference where I am in Orlando, there's a magician who's the MC for everything. And last year he said, I can teach you things if you buy the devices. I can help you. So I bought that's cool. But I'm not good enough to do anything for anybody. I can do this one where you go, look at that. It's magic. I can do the like do two and two, or you can't even see them. There we go. Like I don't know, right? I mean, it's you hardly notice I did it.
Our audience numbers they're gonna dwindle quickly. At least we'll know that the 12 pitchers will stay on.
Exactly.
Yak, you might have to rejoin from the car. I just sent Zach a text message and asked how things are going, and he just replied back with "not even close."
Yeah.
Well, there's no Wi-Fi, so I will figure that out.
I knew. I mean, like I said, looking at the raw scores on that on the rubric, I knew that it was going to be really, really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're just that is I've never seen it that scores that close before. And that's why we opted not to. We've done a keynote before to talk to folks, but then we had to cut some of those short, and the timing aspect is always tricky. That's right, Keenan. It is a small world. No questions, anyone? Nothing?
I have a question. Are there any networking events coming up? Or I know the year is wrapping up, but maybe something holiday vibes. I don't know.
Yeah, so we're working on a date for an event called the State of Innovation. So we're going to be talking about where is the region stand in terms of entrepreneurship, what innovation is taking place. So we're going to put that together. That's going to take place in quarter 1. So there'll be some networking that will take place beforehand, and if just based on like how the Startup World Cup was and how Tech Night was, it was crazy the amount of energy that there was in each of those places. So you all are, as I said, you're all plugged in. Every Monday morning, we send an email out with all the events that are taking place. So pay attention to that so that you can determine what events that you should go to. Um, Yeah, it's interesting right now. This is kind of a lull in terms of like up until Thanksgiving, but then as soon as December hits, it seems like all the different holiday parties will start to kick off, and then January will kick off the new hustle with everything. So, but definitely um, check out the email that goes out. On Mondays, we hit the events of that week. On Fridays, we share the different news that happens. I invite all of you to join us on the Fervent Four Show. That's our weekly podcast that we push out every Thursday. We record that live, so welcome you all to participate into that. That is a platform for you to tell your story. We have been doing that. We're approaching episode 300, so we have been we're getting close to 5 years, which is really crazy to think that that has been happening as long as that it has. So if you have not done that, consider. We don't bite. It's not it's a fun conversation. We just had Brittany on a couple weeks ago. That was a fun episode. Gary has been on before in the past.
That episode when I was on, that was banned, wasn't it? It was banned by social media.
Yeah, I think that you were flagged by YouTube. You're
Yeah,
being
exactly.
controversial about something.
Exactly, because that's how I roll. That's not true. I'm just kidding. But if it's about storytelling, then you can make up your own story, right?
One of the things that has been great in terms of the reason that we restructured this the way that we did with micro pitches and then the championship pitch event, one, we wanted to focus all of the pitchers throughout the course of the year, but we wanted to make sure that you all had some skin in the game. So what that some of you have been working on this since micro pitch one that took place in March. And so what got you here, or what you had to do to win the micro pitch, and then in order to win tonight, you had to move the ball down the field. And the further you can move the ball down the field, the more likelihood that you're going to have a little bit of taste of success. And that's exactly what we want. The reason that we pick the judges that we have is one, they're well connected. Two, some of them, most of them have the ability to write checks, know people that write checks, can give you guidance how to prepare you for investment. Or they represent organizations that that can work with you in the next phase of your business. So we're really, really deliberate in terms of who we select there. If you need further introductions, please reach out to me in terms of what your next steps should be. I get that once all the lull quiets down, once everything is done, the whole question of what do I do next, it can get really, really daunting. So let me know. Where are you? Where are you stuck? And we can point you in the right direction to make sure that you keep moving forward. There's many, many conversations that we can have about so many different things in terms of how do you go to market? How do you prepare for investment? What things do you need to add to your pitch? There's so many things. Building a startup is like building a rocket ship, and so all the pieces have to work together. And there's with so many moving parts, one or two things can really, really derail what needs to happen.
Hey, I have a
But the key
question, Tim.
is, yeah, Keenan, go ahead.
Um, what does the angel ecosystem look like in in the 757? I'm hearing, at least on the West Coast through Twitter, that like it's a pullback and there's not a lot of funding going around. But I'm just curious in the 757
Yeah.
area, is it?
Well, it is certainly, if you are solving the right problems, there is money available. Um, that will always be true. I mean, certainly, is there a lot of money that is going in the AI direction? There is. Me personally, I'm sitting back and I'm waiting just because I think that there's way too much money going into AI right now. And so like I personally think there's going to be a lot of consolidation that takes place, and we have to figure out, or the market needs to figure out what's going to happen. So I think that there's, from that standpoint, I'm going to wait and see kind of mode. But the interesting thing about Hampton Roads is that like they want they want they they want really great deal terms. They want to be founder friendly, but they want to protect their downside as well. So it's just like the two don't kind of work together. Um, but if you're and it's very, a lot of times what happens here is a round can be either oversubscribed or there's not a lot that happens with that deal. But with that said, the thing that is great about this region is that I tell everyone all the time that this is the biggest small town that you're ever going to be part of. You can get a meeting with anybody. Everybody knows everybody. Don't burn a bridge for those reasons. And a lot of times it may not be a hard no, it's just a not now. So, like, get in the habit right now, build that investor network, start your spreadsheet, write down who these people are, find out what vertical that they invest in, find out what stage that they invest in, find out if they raised a fund, find out when they raised that fund, how much of that fund has been deployed. Because just like within the startup aspect, there's a lot that goes into investing as well. So, like, there's early stage investors that want to get in really, really early. There's later stage investors. There's patient capital. There's capital that they want to see the return a lot faster. Um, typically investors will stick to the vertical that they understand. And if they don't understand it, then they're going to stay away from it. So a lot of homework needs to go into finding who the potential investors are. And then because so what I see a lot of times in the region here with the founders is that they just find out somebody can write a check, and then they just bombard everyone that they know. And every investor has a different thesis. And yeah, so like just because you got to know doesn't really, it doesn't mean anything because you weren't in their investment thesis to begin with. But build that as you're finding all this information out, add them to your monthly investor report, your monthly updates, and just it doesn't have to be really, really long or difficult, but like what, where are you in terms of growth? How many customers? How much revenue? What does that look like? What were your wins? What were your losses? What do you need help with? And beyond that, just keep pushing those out every month. And then with some investors, they just want to may want to see the right trajectory from a 30, 60, 90-day trend line. They may want to see you hit a milestone in terms of monthly recurring revenue. Everyone has a different milestone that they're looking to meet. And if you just do a one and done um, type of meeting, and then you take that no as a no, then it's always going to be a no. Just like what we say at Start Peninsula, the only real losers here are the ones that quit and don't continue with their idea. You have to keep on working it, and the same holds true with working your investor network as well. And you all are connected with one another. And Brittany just said that she's got a great investor update template that she can share. Yeah, we can certainly get that out. And I mean, it's really, really important. Also in terms of like companies that I have invested in, when companies come back around and they ask for, like some companies you won't you'll hear from them when they want your money, then you get no investor update. And then all of a sudden when they raise again, then all of a sudden then they just ask. It's like, where were you? But keep those conversations going, keep those conversations warm, and then you shouldn't have an issue. Speaking of issues, the judges are back. We
I
broke a new
have
record.
I have results.
Gary's see that now. Gary's going to freeze at the exact right time
That's right.
because we've
So,
been fighting this.
but we need a picture first, and the judges need to make a
I
comment
do.
with no attribution to and no tipping of the hand, just general comments.
We're gonna do the picture first or the comments first? Which
Yeah,
one?
we'll do the picture first. I'm just
Okay.
looking to see if everyone
Gallery
can
view.
look at the camera. And on three, 1, 2, 3. We'll do one more so we can Photoshop Yak in. 1, 2, 3. All right, judges. Feedback?
Yeah, I'd like to say, I love being a judge because this one was a good one. Uh, there was a lot of great discussion because of all the great presentations that were presented before us today. Um, Great ideas, and for those who um, are starting out and those who've had some time in the business, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, all of you have innovative ideas. There's a lot of potential in each of your companies, and we had the privilege of being able to deliberate and debate and really talk through the merits of each one. So, from my position, there are no losers. You all did an outstanding job, and we really, really appreciate your time.
Thank you, Carlton. Any other judges?
Yes, I would like to say congratulations on making it tonight. I was where you were a couple years ago, and I know how nerve-wracking it is. I've been there, but you are the founder. It's your passion. It's what you're motivated to do, and you each brought something so unique and different that, like Carlton said, it was an amazing experience to be a judge tonight. So thank you for giving us that opportunity. And no matter what happens, keep going. Reach out to people. You have exposure tonight. Reach out to people and keep going.
If I can say something real quick too. So the reason it took us so long in the deliberation is because we had so many different combinations. I don't know if that's going to make you feel better or worse, but we had so many different combinations of a top three. Every company was mentioned. Right, judges? I mean, literally, I think we mentioned every single company. We can only pick three. This is the finals. You've already won to be here, right? So that's what made our job so tough. It could have gone any other way. We do have a top three. I'm not going to tip the hand, but I will just say that if you are a company who isn't in the top three and you're saying, how the heck am I not in that top three? Are they ridiculous? Are they smoking something? I get it. I totally get it because we were all over the place because everyone could have been in the top three. And if you're watching this as an attendee and you're thinking, what were those judges thinking? This company was my favorite, or how could they not have them in the top three? I get that too. Just understand it was just solid competition and it was hard for us, but we definitely had some good reasoning as to where we ended up where we did. So thank you all.
Charlie or Rachel?
I just want to say this is my first time judging. Hoo-wee, man. It's hard. This is and just to all the people participating, this is a hard platform. I mean, the extremely limited time, not being able to really go back and forth. Like it's a doozy. So just know out there, every other judge has already said it. I'll say some version of the same thing, but wow, this was a hard decision. Like truly hard. But you guys are all, I mean, you made it this far. That's way more than nothing. And if you ever want to reach out, I'm here. You got a lot of people in your corner. You got a lot of people supporting you. And yeah, I'm really, really excited to see where all of you guys go.
Sam,
I
Charlie?
don't know how to follow any of that up, but echoing all the same sentiments. And just feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'd be happy to connect with all of you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Charlie. Gary, do you want
Okay,
to
ready?
share the
Yeah, it
news?
just froze and now it's free again. So you ready? Here we go. This is not in order. This is just randomly in order. But here we go. And so the first one is.
Oh, he's
Oh, I did it.
frozen.
I did it just to mess with you. First one, where to wheel. Next, House of Vibes. And the third winner tonight is TRO Energy Solutions.
Wow. Well, congratulations, everybody.
Yeah, congrats.
Judges, thank you so much to Charlie, to Rachel, Michelle, Carlton, Chris. Thank you so much. I'm really, really glad I wasn't a judge. That's on you all. We'll just bring the companies to you. You guys can fight it out. But thank you for your time. And to our host localities that help make this possible, to York County, James City County, the city of Williamsburg, Newport News, and our host locality, the city of Hampton. Thank you so much. We could not do it without you. Gary, thank you for your help. Zach, thank you for your help. It is really, really a true team effort. To all the judges that we had in the previous micro pitches, thank you. Congratulations to you all. You are all winners. That is why you are here tonight. Please keep us posted. Get get the paperwork turned in so that we can get the payment and all that started. And we will share out the replay link. We'll share out the press release. We'll start whatever we can do to help you. That is what we're here for. Thank you, everybody.